So I recently watched Thunderbolts, and there will be some spoilers discussed in this video. So if you're worried about spoilers, I would not watch this video. I'd go watch the movie first, then come back or whatever. Now, if you don't care, then let's get into it. This movie, I just want to say, is actually good. Now, is it Avengers level good? No. Is it any of the Captain America movies good? That could be debatable on which one you're trying to argue. You know what I mean? If you're talking about like Civil War, no, this isn't better than Civil War. Now, people are saying it's top 10 Marvel movie, possibly. Top 5, definitely not. This movie isn't your average Marvel movie. I just want to say that first and foremost. There's action in this movie, but at the same time, there isn't. If you're expecting a lot of action, this is not the movie. There is action, but this is a different, it's still Marvel, it's still fighting, it's still all this other stuff, superhero stuff, but it's not the stuff we're used to, if that makes any sense. It's a little different. This is pretty much about the B team. This is about the bench warmers, pretty much, if that's how you really want to look at it. These aren't our average favorite superheroes. You know, this ain't Spider-Man, this ain't Captain America, this ain't Hulk, this is not the Avengers, but that doesn't make it a bad movie. Because I feel like the reason people relate to this movie, or the people like this movie, is because they can relate to it. Along the way, I feel like Marvel has lost its magic, and I think that's because people can't relate to the movie. And if they can, it's usually like one group of people. Not that Marvel should be trying to please everybody, but if you look in the past, Captain America was fighting Nazi back in the day, beating them up, World War II shit. You know, they made black superheroes back in the day. That was something new. It kind of gets messy in that area, though, because then you start to get into the woke movement and people don't really like that, blah blah blah. That's a whole different topic, that's a whole different subject. You get the point I'm trying to make. That's why people really like this movie, because this is the underdogs. These are the people that nobody cares about. This is like a side quest. Also, the enemy, there really isn't an enemy in this movie. There is, but it's not your average enemy. Like, if you don't know, Sentry is also the Void. That's like the dark version of him or some shit. Void pretty much shows people like their darkest times, like their secrets or, you know, their darkness. Something that's haunting them pretty much, that they think about a lot or that they have in the back of their mind, thrown away, that they keep away from people. Like the US agent or whoever that guy is. The one that was Captain America. We seen that part with the baby in the crib, with his son in the crib, or his daughter. I think it was his son, whatever. But he was looking at his phone, and then you seen that it was like an article about him and stuff like that. And that's traumatizing to him. It's something that he thinks about, or something that he doesn't like to think about, I should say. So, the Sentry, he was like zapping people in dark shadows, right? Like a black mass. It's just black shadows. And he would just point at them and they disappear. And the reason is he got, I wouldn't say tricked, but he got told that, you know, that the Thunderbolts are villains, because pretty much they are in some way, shape, or form. Whether they're vigilantes or villains, you know, they're at one point doing bad things, right? So the lady who's in charge, that one lady, you know, the boss lady, she told him like, hey, these are villains, because she's right in some way, shape, or form, that these are villains. You should be killing them, go after them or whatever. And so he does. But then they're able to get him to beat up his darkness, and he's punching the shit out of it and stuff like that. And so then they like all run up, give him a hug. And that's pretty much how they beat the darkness. The evilness, your trauma, if that makes any sense. It's not your average villain. You know, if you like the stuff where people are underdogs, or the side quest stories, or something that's different, you probably will like this movie. I like to find out about characters that aren't popular. Like sometimes I'll go on Google or YouTube and try to find out characters that comic book fans would know, but that the average person wouldn't. You know what I mean? I'll be trying to figure out like who are the newest characters to look out for. But overall, this is a good movie. It's a good movie, but it's also not a mid movie either. It's above mid, but it's not like super good, if that makes any sense. If I had to give it a grading, it'd be like a B, a very high C+. There is some comedy in it. One thing you will notice, these are comic characters in the Captain America comic book. You got the Russian guy, you know, the Russian version of Captain America, or whatever you want to call him. And then you got the US agent or whatever. You got the Black Widow girl or whatever. Oh, Bucky Barnes. You got Taskmaster, like in the first 10 minutes, she dies. I feel like they're gonna have somebody else replace her. They'll most likely have a different version or some shit. I wouldn't be surprised. Like I said, there's a lot of similar characters. You got the Ghost Girl. I would have killed her off, honestly. There's not too many people with actual powers. Sentry is about the only one, if you want to be real. And the Ghost Girl. But she can only phase through things, go invisible, whatever she does. And that's why I think people also like it, because these aren't your usual superheroes that can punch hard, run fast. This group is your normal humans that are pretty much bad, that got this emotional baggage that people don't care about, that are the underdogs. If your mom told you, hey, you gotta throw some of your action figures away, pick this amount, and it's all the Thunderbolt characters. They're cool, but when you look at them, they're like, there's nothing really appealing about them. But when you watch the movie, it's like, oh, okay, it's actually a pretty good movie. You know, they don't try to be too overly funny. They don't try to be too overly action. It's not too emotional. A movie that anybody can watch, really. On the eater or beater meter, what would I give this? This is a eater. This is at a rating of a high 70-ish to mid 80s. I see y'all in the next one.